What's going on, everyone? Welcome to G-Ball Vision, your daily source for knife and EDC content. Today, I have a new knife here to share with you all. A knife that I had no idea was back in stock, and it's a knife that I've wanted to get my hands on for well over a year now, and we have one here on the table to check out. A huge thank you to Rike and Katuo for sending this along for us to check out. While we're getting this thing opened up, let me know down in the comments what your EDC is for today. I love seeing what you guys are carrying. So, this knife came out last year sometime, a little longer than a year, and it made a huge splash. And I couldn't ever get my hands on one, and the times when I could get one, I wasn't able to afford to get one. So, I was looking on Katuo's website couple of days ago, and I saw that they had the Cybertrix in stock. This is the version A here, and there was two other models as well, A, B, and C. B and C are both sold out, where the A is in stock and available. Now, I don't know how many of these are actually in stock to be sold, but there are several of them, I'm assuming, and they are ready to roll. I had no idea this knife was even available anymore. And I'm thinking along the lines that there's a lot of other people out there who maybe knew about this knife but couldn't get their hands on it a year ago. And there's new people that have come into the knife community over the last year who probably have no idea this knife exists. Now, I guess this is based off the Cybertruck, hence the Cybertrix name and the aesthetic of the knife. If that's what you want to roll with, that is cool with me. I'll go along with it. Nonetheless, we have a really unique knife here, which is nothing new for Katuo and Rike. That's their game plan. They put out some of the most unique designs in the knife industry, period. I always recommend or say, if you haven't gone over to their website, go over there and check out the products that they have. They have some of the coolest knives, pens, lighters on the market. They have some of the coolest stuff you will ever see, and it is all really, really well done. We are looking at a dual ground sheep's foot blade here. Coming in M390, it's got their polished finish. It's kind of like I don't know what they call it, but it's a blasted polished finish is what I would say. We have a couple of studs here for the deployment. Those will act as a nice rest there for the thumb. And no, this knife won't be for everyone. But one thing, whether it's for you or not, you have to admit, these are some cool designs that they are putting out. We are looking at a recessed liner lock here, and look at that pocket clip. Holy smokes. We'll check that here in a moment, but it's got a good lift off there, and it's got good tension on it. It don't feel overdone. And this has a almost like a floating full length titanium backspacer, which you guys know who have been around. I love my backspacers. I will take the added weight of a backspacer any day over not having one. So that really kind of seals this knife up and is going to make it really comfortable. Let's get a good look at the size of this thing. We are looking at just shy of 3.5 inches of cutting edge, and to the tip of that backspacer, almost 8 inches overall. We'll say 7 and 15/16. We'll put this up against a couple of comparison knives. We have the Militao up top here from Kaiser. That's the full size. And then we have the full size Benchmade bug out here on the bottom. And we got all of the cutting edge of the Militao in a shorter handle. I mean, they are right close to each other. Couple of other really popular knives, the Vosteed Raccoon full-size Bowie and the Kaiser Drop Bear here on the bottom. And you'll see it's bigger than both of those. Going to be more in line with the raccoon, but it's going to even be a touch bigger than that. And I love how this thing, that's as clean as you can make a knife look. I mean, we have no pivot, we have no body screws, everything is done, internally there, and I'm sure there's a couple of other quirks to this knife that I'm just not even aware of. It's been a while since I have seen anything on this knife, at least a year since I've watched or seen anything on this knife. I just happened to stumble across it merely by accident. I was getting ready for a video, and I was on Katuo's website, and I just happened to go far enough to see that these were in stock. Let's see how this pocket clip reacts and looks in the pocket here. So going to carry like a standard milled clip as far as how much is poking out there, but we don't have any exposed hardware here again. Just makes it look really clean. The pocket clip is overly long, but it's going to do its job. Good retention on the way out. It's not overdone retention, so it should be. I'm wearing sweatpants. Let me try this on the sweatband real quick, or the waistband. So it's once you get it going, the waistband of these Jordan sweatpants is pretty thick. The pocket, it goes right over the pocket. So it would be, I don't know that you'd be wearing, want to be carrying this in sweatpants, but if you wanted to, you could do it probably, but it's got good spring in it. So no issues there. Too bad it wasn't just a little bit shorter, but hey, it goes with the flow of this design. The other thing is in your standard grip here, because of how that's done, you're really not going to feel that pocket clip at all. This is early first impressions here on this, but I don't feel that clip at all squeezing and pulling on this knife. As a matter of fact, this is really comfortable. Wow. Yeah. That backspacer in there, guys, that really feels good in the hand. And not that you're going to be squeezing the hell out of this to, beat on it anyway. Maybe you would. But this is going to definitely be more of that exotic, futuristic, gentlemanly type folder here. The access, look at them thick slabs too as they go up. They don't have any chamfering out here on the show side, but the liner protrudes enough that when you go to get it, you have to be kind of intentional with it, but you can easily, there's plenty of room in here, and it protrudes out, so it's really not bad. If, you gotta kind of be, I guess you don't really have to be thinking about it once you get used to it, actually. The action is really good. You can kind of come up underneath of the entire stud, or you can come up underneath and hit it from the bottom. Either which one on both sides. Yeah, either way it works really well. I would say on the bottom for thumb flick, and then on the side for reverse flick. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get a weight on this. So here we go. Boy, I don't know, guys. What do you think? We do have a little internal milling there on both sides. 4.7? Does that sound right? Oh! Oh, 4.5 and 130 grams. So we'll go ahead and we'll get a handle thickness here on this feller. We'll have to go up here. And at its thickest part, we're looking at 0.5. So very standard. And we'll check our blade stock here. And coming in around 131. And our behind the edge, we're looking at about 21 thousandths there in that particular spot with that particular hold. But let's see how this thing cuts out of the box. And for that, we'll use our SMKW catalog paper here. We'll start with that primary edge. And this seems to cut pretty well, especially going into that primary, into that secondary edge. Feels like it's going to slice pretty well. Got a unique blade shape, very unique. Kind of reminds me of, gives me the same idea as what Ken Onion does often with some of his kind of sheep's foot style blades that kind of come up and tip off. This is, or he does kind of a drop point variation of that, where this is more of a sheep's foot version. And Ken Onion isn't the designer behind this, but just kind of reminds me of that with a slightly different blade shape. You guys will have to let me know, what do you think of the Rike and Katuo Cybertrix? This is a very unique knife, no matter what you have to say. More of a collector's piece, there's no doubt about it. And they do some of the best show pieces, in my opinion, when it comes to a production knife. They do some of the best kind of showy, artsy pieces in the production world. I look forward to hearing from you guys on the Cybertrix. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, share this video with anyone and everyone. That helps these videos get pushed out there. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy knives and EDC type content, make sure you subscribe. I release videos like this every day. I'll pop a couple of new ones up on your screen. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you all again for watching. I will catch you on the next one.